Alex, this is an article from 2023, but you mentioned this today to me. Cup Noodles' new ramen flavor puts breakfast cravings in a cup.
Hi.
When did you try this new stuff? Oh God.
What's today? Friday? I feel like it was at least 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago.
If you would have mentioned to me you were doing this experiment, I could have tracked this down and eaten it as well.
Well,
but
you can't. Well, here's the thing.
Selfish.
Since this article's from like 2023, this mentioning, I got these things like just over 2 weeks ago at Walmart on an end cap, and they were saying, "Oh, limited time release," which it's May, late April when I got it. So they've been around for a while, and they probably have a lot of salt in them, so they're perfectly fine to have in your vault during the fallout.
I could get a pack of 6 for $13 on Amazon.
Okay, that's a little silly. Just go down to Jewel, or Pete's Fresh Market. So Cup Noodles is one of the big ramen noodle companies from Japan, and I saw this and it caught my eye because I love limited time release foods like energy drinks, Doritos, Lay's potato chips, stuff like that.
I tried. Sorry, quick aside. The work Zoomer. His father works for Lay's. My pet Zoomer. His father works for Lay's.
I thought my dad works for Nintendo.
And he brought a novelty flavor that was in experimentation and may be coming for retail. And if it does, I will let you know, and you can go try it too, since you love novelty flavors. Because it was pretty good. A little spicy. Meatball.
Any hint to what that flavor may be? Is it like a sriracha, or is it like a...
No, it wasn't
curry flavor?
No. It was more of just kind of a pepper, like a hot pepper.
Oh, like the kind you get at like a pizzeria? Like a red pepper?
Yes, like a red
something
pepper.
Like that.
Let's go with
crushed
that.
Red peppers?
Or like a jalapeno, but not jalapeno. But
okay.
But like maybe habanero-esque.
Serrano pepper?
I want to see if this might actually be coming out, so I want to see.
I'm getting like a pepper flavor sense in my mouth and nose now that we're talking about like spicy peppers, because I'm like, ooh, I can go for some of those pepper flakes. Actually, we have some in the pantry, and I have a frozen pizza in the deep freeze.
Oh, so these are already coming out, or they're already out? Maybe he just brought something that was. Have you heard of these? Sweet and spicy.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have them at Dollar General.
So much for that being special. He was all like, this my dad works for Lay's. The fuck, you can't trust young people.
I have 2 of them.
And they lie to you constantly.
Yes. Did you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if I go and I feel your toothbrush, and if it's not wet, I know you didn't brush your teeth. I brushed my teeth.
Is that Nicholas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. That's a good impression.
I'll be like, Zachary, did you go brush your teeth? Oh, okay, Daddy.
That was a good impression of Nicholas. Especially when he's in trouble. I can picture that exchange.
It's every single time.
It's almost like you know your kid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, actually, speaking of hot spicy honey, that seems to be like the current, the current popular thing. It seems I've seen like spicy honey in stores and stuff, like at B-Dubs, like having like a spicy honey barbecue of some sort, or something like that.
What's B-Dubs?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, sorry, I'm not down with the lingo that the children are.
You mean what everybody says?
I've never heard that in my life. I can't
Have
say
you
that
ever been to one?
I ate it. I ate there one time. I ate there exactly one time. I was not super impressed, and the I'll tell you why. The chicken was fine, but we ordered the salsa and chips, and like even like chili salsa and chips is very good. Lots of places their own version of salsa and chips. This was like they took a bottle of fucking paste, picante, and dumped it in. I was sitting there being like,
That shit's made in New York City, man.
This tastes like a New York City. This tastes
Get
like...
a rope.
This stuff's made in New York City. New York City? Get a rope.
Pick up the original picante sauce. Pick up the paste.
This tastes like it's from the supermarket, and not even like the fresh part of the supermarket. This is like sitting on a shelf for 5 years.
Yeah. They probably just get it from like a food service and it's just like a giant quart.
But you would...
And they're just like...
You'd think that they'd be able to compete with Chili's. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess Chili's has been doing it for a long time, but Chili salsa is pretty fucking good. I don't know if you're familiar.
Well, yeah, my favorite was Chi-Chi's, but Chi-Chi's, you know, they decided to ride off into the sun before they became the villain in the story.
Yes, they died a hero.
Yeah.
Enchiladas at Chi-Chi's. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I like the whole atmosphere. Like, I tell people all the time, like I tell Erica, I'm like, you walked into Chili's, or I'm sorry, you walked into Chi-Chi's. It was exactly like walking into the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot. It was just...
All right, we've done a Chi-Chi's episode already. We're talking about...
You can't do enough episodes of Chi-Chi's.
I think Alex is getting sexually aroused talking about
this is Chips and Salsa Corner here on Culture Dome.
We're talking
switching back to the Far East.
Yes, cup noodles.
So cup noodles. I saw that they had 2 new unique flavors, and they were both breakfast themed. One of the 2 was this one that's pictured right here, which was maple syrup pancakes with sausage and egg. And the other one was, there should be, unfortunately, there's, the other one that I enjoyed was everything bagel with cream cheese. Yes. And let me tell you, of the 2, I would definitely get the everything bagel with cream cheese a second time and a third time, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth. The cup noodles, it was kind of interesting because you do have to add water to it in order to cook it, or basically kind of like, cook, I guess you would say, prepare it, just like you normally do. But when these ones basically absorb the water, there wasn't that much liquid at all after you had finished it. And they've got the fill line inside that says, don't fill up beyond this because you're going to spill over when you do that. And it's happened before. Like that picture. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm sorry that it spilled over for you.
That's fine. But like it shows right there in that one picture, it sort of, there's not that much liquid that's left over. The pancakes and syrup and stuff, the sausage and pancakes and eggs are just very small pieces, kind of like when you open up a regular like Maruchan or something, and the peas and carrots are kind of dried up. That was sort of what it was in there. I didn't really get that much egg and sausage and pancake flavor.
Was it like just mostly maple?
There was a maple flavor to it, but it wasn't like overpowering. So I guess they kind of were a little toned down. The everything bagel I really enjoyed because it had a little bit of black pepper in it, definitely the sesame seed, the poppy seed. The cream cheese portion were actually these small little like pellets that it felt like there was more liquid that was retained by the noodles when they finished it, and it had this distinct creaminess like cream cheese, so much so where I kind of had to go in the bathroom and double check my teeth and be like, do I have poppy seed or something in there?
I was wondering,
just like you would a real one. Yeah. So I was really pleased by this one. I'm not certain. I mean, 3.2 out of 5 stars. That's your own opinion, whatever. But me personally, I really liked the everything bagel flavor of the 2.
And there you go. It's not like a soup. Ramen noodles in sauce. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not ramen soup that you're used to having in an instant ramen.
Yeah.
But was the other one the same way, or was the other one also? Was that more soup based for the?
I feel like it was more. I would say there really wasn't much of a sauce even, because it's like for something like this, like how do you make, what is maple syrup? It's more of a syrup, so it didn't really have like a syrup liquid of some sort.
They market.
I mean, they call it a sauce, but I really didn't feel like there was that much moisture, I guess you would call it, in this one as compared to the other one, where there was more of I guess, noticeable sauciness to it. But still, let it cool off after you're finished heating it up, just like you should with normal noodles. And it was really good. Like I mean, I might try the pancake one a second time to see, maybe I just wasn't feeling it the first time around, because I basically had them back to back one morning and another. But it, the bagel, everything bagel, I really enjoyed. I think they did a really good job on that one. I'd probably give it maybe like a 2 pots of gold for the pancake one, because I mean, I'm still factoring in the quality of the noodles in this regard, and I give them kudos for at least trying to, you can eat ramen noodles in the morning to begin with, whatever, but for Western palates, we need that breakfast orientation with it. I would give probably 3 pots of gold for the everything bagel one, based upon when it's like, oh, cream cheese, there's like a cheesy creaminess and stuff like that. So also what's interesting is that Chojin Sentai Jetman has an episode where a cup of noodles, like a ramen noodle cup, comes to life as a monster, and he's got like noodles coming out of his head, and he has a spoon and a fork, and he fights the Jetman.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your cup noodles. So what's your favorite? Well, speaking of ramen, there are many different types of ramen. You got your shio ramen, your shoyu ramen, tonkotsu ramen. What kind of ramen do you like most, Mr. Alex?
Maruchan shrimp.
Okay, so you like instant ramen.
Yeah, instant ramen. I mean,
Maruchan shrimp is your favorite flavor? Good for you.
Yeah, but I got to get the kind that's in a cup, because if you get the kind that's in the actual pouch, they don't put the mini shrimp in it. I'm very upset about it.
Frankly, I'm opposed to pouch ramen in general. It's not right. It's unnatural. It's not how God intended instant ramen to be consumed.
What we do, Erica got this recipe from parents, but we would use the pouch ramen as the noodles for a dish that we create. So it's spicy shrimp pasta, and it's got we use actual frozen shrimp that we saute, and then we have green onions, and we have ginger, and then we put the packets from it used to be called Oriental flavor, but now it's just soy sauce flavor, I think. Yeah, it's the March, and we buy a big 12 pack of those and stuff, and yeah. So we just use that to kind of create it as a dish, but if it's an individual meal, then it's got to be in the styrofoam cup or plasticky cup, like the kind you get at the supermarket.
Yeah. I might taste in instant ramen. Pretty much, the curry flavor is really good, except that you'll smell the entire rest of the afternoon if you eat it at work. You smell like curry.
Especially summer, and it's warm, and your body's going to sweat it through the pores like garlic.
In terms of instant ramen, curry, but also I don't know, the soy sauce flavor, just the normal Asian flavor is kind of what I would prefer. I do
the simplicity.
What's that?
The very simplistic kind of
And I've tried the instant udon to mixed success with that. The better versions of that are the ones that have to be refrigerated, but then it's a whole stovetop thing again, so don't really like doing that. I have had quite a bit of the chicken Maruchan, because that seems to be what's everywhere all the time.
Yeah. We have a case of... Erica went to Costco a while back with one of her girlfriends, and she bought a big, huge thing of that, and she's like, "Oh, you could take it with yourself to work for lunches and stuff," and it's still sitting in the garage.
I have I have a case of it from Aldi. So
yeah, that tells you everything. We did go. Speaking of good ramen, on our honeymoon, when in Honolulu, there was a ramen place across the street from our hotel, and it's part of like a West Coast chain, and they opened it up there in Waikiki, and it was fantastic. They handmade everything there. You could see them in the window. It was kind of like going to Cinnabon back in the day. And then you could get like a little bit of like your panko crusted, katsu and stuff like that, or and vegetables and
for the ramen, like get some tonkatsu and some tempura.
Tempura,
shrimp.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vegetables, sweet potatoes,
Nice.
radish.
Shrimp.
And we ate there. Yeah, and we ate there probably like at least 3 times. And then other than that was we went to ramen places, a few ramen places in Tokyo, the kind where you have the little vending machine where you press the button, and Erica's like, what are the different flavors here? I'm like, I don't read Japanese. I just press a button and whatever I get is whatever I'm going to eat.
I'm just going to laugh on one of these times that it's just like soybeans. It's natto. And you're just sitting there like,
just both natto. It's like, it's really good, yeah. And then one of those places, one of them was like a regular chain, and then the other one was, she found it in Kabukicho. And it was the kind of place where you have the individual little, like, you sit next to each other like in a row, but you have the individual dividing ones, and you press whatever you want, and then like the screen facing you opens up, and then you see like a pair of hands with a bowl of ramen, and you're just eating it. And I'm like, it's more of the experience.
That's so cool. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So she did a good job finding that little quirky thing. She does a good job.
You said that she expanded her palate while she was in Japan.
Eating the octopus cracker was the peak of her culinary
experimental
Mount Everest. Yeah. She's like, I'm never going to eat it again, but she did it, so I'm very proud of her.
She's got to try like tacos,
balut,
sushi,
balut.
Do you know what balut is? Balut is a developing embryo, usually a duck, inside of an egg. It is cooked, it is eaten, and it is well loved.
That's a pretty lofty goal for most people. Have you had it before? We've talked about it. Yeah, I know we talked about it in an episode. Okay.
Yep, never doing it again. But you
ate the whole thing.
I
take that as a yes.
Yeah,
feathers and all.
Where
did you get balut?
Honolulu, Chinatown.
There. It sounds like you sound like the guy from Seconds from Disaster.
Mexico, Guadalajara.
I've always been, ever since I've heard of it, I've been tempted by it.
Balut?
Yeah. I've been interested.
Not for the faint of heart.
Well, if you can do it, I can do it, Alex.
Yeah, but some of the stuff I've eaten compared to some of the stuff you've eaten, it is just. I mean, you've done a good job too, but
I eat buttholes, dude. I don't know what your concern is.
Not the bovine kind either.
No.
It was a sheep or goat?
Human.
Oh, okay. Okay, got a little worried there.
Sheep or goat? Dear Lord.